Good morning from the Potto. We're a little more than 4 miles in. Let's check that and see what it is. Exactly 4.2. Goal today is to do the full Potto. Last week I did this north loop for the first time in quite some time. They've rerouted sections, so I wanted to check it out, see where my mileage ended up. Did 16.7, which is a bit more than I wanted to, or a bit more than I was expecting. This loop's about 5 miles, and the goal today is to add on that last loop near the end. So, wish me luck. It is a chilly start. It's about 9 o'clock now. Temps started out at about 29 degrees, and we're in the upper 30s now. Bright sunshine and blue skies. And I got the trail to myself, which I always love. And relatively to myself, there's birds, squirrels, chipmunks, ducks. You might even hear an airplane or a car go by when you get close to a road, but there's a lot of quiet sections on the trail here too. So, hike on. Like that farmhouse. That always looked pretty cool. Woods are starting to green up. Alright, hike on. I like this little section in here. You know, I always like wide open spaces, which is why springtime hiking, winter hiking up here is so nice. Trail conditions have been really good. Only a couple muddy spots where we've had rain and made the trail unmanageable or a little bit muddy. That north section, that I'm still on that north section of the Potto. Yeah, it seems to have some low spots that get mud, but nothing bad, nothing they can't get through. So I'm about 8.9 miles in. Temps are in the mid 40s. I haven't seen, well, I saw one person walking a dog, and I know there's a couple cars that were parked up off of Patterson Lake Road, so trail's getting some use up here this morning. Otherwise, it's been a pretty nice, quiet hike. Still ways to go. We'll be coming up to the shortcut here in a little bit. And then on to Half Moon, Melissa's Mountain, the Blind Lake Plateau, and Blind Lake where we'll get a break and do that extra 3-mile loop. So I'm thinking, if I remember right, that's about an extra 3 miles on the tail end, and that'll put me close to 20 for the day. Carrying only a 6-pound day pack. Nothing too heavy and unmanageable. And we're not really hiking at a real fast pace, but I've had a couple little things that are slowing me down. Boy, the sun feels good. I might have to lose a layer here. Whew. All right, hike on. And we made it to the shortcut connection. And we're about, let me check. Yep, about 9.2. So puts us right at about 5 miles. Definitely 5-mile loop, and normally we'd come from that way on the Blind Lake Loop. Here we are, we got our roadkill bench, and we're gonna hike on. So 5 miles is right. All right, on our way to Blind. So we made it to the Blind Lake Plateau. A little bit over 10 miles. Oh, 11 miles, excuse me. That's a little bit better view. Alright, looking forward to a break. My left calf was tightening up. Now my right calf is tightening up a little bit too. I think I can still do that extra 3 miles. We'll see how I'm feeling after those hills after Blind Lake. Temps are still in the mid-40s. Seems a lot warmer. Maybe the thermometer says 50 when it gets into the sun. And occasionally I get a little bit of a breeze. Cool things down. Alright, Icon. Looking forward to that break. So we're at Squatch Nuts at Pickerel Lake. Looking good as always. No Bigfoot, but got out of blind and through the hills okay. Calves are burning a little bit, but that break really helped. Break and a little bit of stretching. I just clicked my 15th mile and coming up on the turnoff. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do that extra 3 miles as long as I keep moving. And my pace that past couple miles have been a little bit more than 20 minutes and 21 minutes. So I think we can do it. And here we are. Major intersection, confluence of multiple trails. But the Potto and the Waterloo Pinckney go this way. And I have only done this loop once. Last year I did it as part of a through hike on the Waterloo Pinckney Trail. A book that I have about trails in Michigan said very few people do the entire Waterloo Pinckney Trail. So I wanted to make sure I did this loop because it's actually part of the trail. So now I'm one of the few. So now I wonder, yeah, I just turned to 15.3 miles. So I wonder how many people have actually done the entire Potto Trail. Potawatomi. I think I got that right. I am kind of curious about that because most people take that shortcut back there and head for the parking lot, self included. Most people take that shortcut on the northern end and cut off 5 miles too. But not today. We're gonna do it. All right, hike on. Super quiet. Love me some pines. There are some interesting overlooks. Haven't been through at this time of the day before, so I'm curious what they look like. All right, hike on. So, looks like we have a reroute here too. So I'm not going to get to see some of the same views I had before. And usually these reroutes are done so the trail isn't eroded away like crazy. And usually they're pretty good because they try to make it a little bit more interesting. So let's see how this goes. So here's one of those views. And I'm not sure what lake that is. I'll have to look that one up. But we're going this way. So I'm curious how this is all getting routed and what the mileage is going to be and et cetera, et cetera. Usually they try to do these reroutes so that the mileage is the same. We'll find out. So we're over 17 in, and I just ran into another hiker who's doing the same hike as I am, except he was about 6'6" and 20 years younger, and I was taking 3 steps for every one of his, but we slowed down and chatted for a while, which was kind of fun. I usually don't have company on the trail going the same direction. So I guess that answers my question too, because he's doing the entire Potto as well. So just when I thought I was the only one, ha, there you go. So there are reroute sections and trail improvements as I carefully step on these rocks. And I know there was a turnoff that we both went the wrong way and went maybe 100 yards or so, 200 yards maybe. It's not marked real well. But he was ahead of me by then and said, nope, wrong way, we need to go the other way. So he turned around and here we are. So I am definitely slowing down, I'm feeling it. You know, 17.3 miles. Legs are getting tired, so we'll see where we end up at the end. Woods are greening up. All right, hike on. So this was kind of the section I was thinking that they might try to cut out, with the ITC coming through here. But I guess not. We do have horses over there in the pasture, so we'll see if there's anything new ahead. Horses do look nice. That property over there looks nice. Alright, so we're looping back towards the park now. Back across the ITC easement. See the road right over there. And the entrance to the park is straight up ahead. This is kind of the teaser section because it's going to go right by the entrance area, unless they've rerouted it, and back into the woods. So we'll see how it goes. So, trail traffic report. We had 5 hikers, 3 bikers, 2 dog walkers, 3 deer, lots of squirrels. And that report was brought to you by WJSM and J2 Adventures on a streaming YouTube channel near you. How about that? All right, we're getting silly. I'm tired. I want to get home. I want to get to the end. Super quiet. So this is the teaser section that I don't like because the trail goes right by the parking lot, or the entrance road anyways. Be a short walk to get back to my truck. Yes, there it is. But we have this short road walk, and then we go right back into the woods. It's like no fair. Follow the blue blaze. All right, hike on. I don't have far to go yet. Haven't got to that connection for the shortcut. I'm at 18.2 right now. So there is where that shortcut would have come through. But this way is the way I want to go. Whew. All right, let's get reconnected to the main trail and bring it on home. Hike on. All right, here we go. Coming up on our connector. Saw a couple Blues Place posts sitting off to the side. Hope that means they're replacing them. They didn't take this one down. All right, let's get this done. Zigzag around these pines. Bring it on home. Should be a song for that, I think. Forgot that was at about 18.6, so that's about 3 miles. So my estimate on the mileage is about right. And we're probably less than a mile to get home, I think. Brain's a little soggy right now. Legs would have liked that shortcut a lot better than than going around that loop, but it is what it is. I want to do the whole Potto for the very first time. Almost there. And there it is. He emerges out of the woods. Oh, we have done it. We have officially done the full Potto, including new reroutes and a little sidetracking. Whew. Legs are saying you should have taken some of those shortcuts. But we did it. Extended our distance for the year. We're gonna end up about 19.3 miles by the time we get to the truck. All right, good day. Time for that reward. Not hiking on anymore. All right, call it a day. I had so much fun on this hike that 3 days later, I did it again. Happy spring, everyone. That is a big old turtle there. Hey there, buddy. I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to get around. Wow, isn't that great?